Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be going through and ranking every single Apex card from worst to best here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. We got 25 new Apex cards to rank on this list, so I don't want to waste any time. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we got 25 of these cards to rank, and the worst one I believe is this Eric Gordon. He's 6'3", so he's tiny at shooting guard, also plays no defense, can't really dunk. All he does is shoot well. That's not enough. Brandon Jennings, pretty similarly, 6'1" PG, Patty Mills base, very fun to use, but no defense, no real slashing, and he's tiny. Again, not a good card. And then Vladimir Radmanovic, same story. Great shooter, but he's slow. He's not very good defensively, only has 12 total badges. Just not a very good card in his own right. Release is also only on normal. Doesn't look all that good to me. Next up is the first pink diamond on the list, DeAndre Jordan, 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan, but a 57 3 ball is just quite simply not going to cut it. His jumper's also ugly. Even on quick, it's not a good shot. So he's a liability as a shooter, really kills what otherwise could be a decent card, but puts him very much near the bottom of this list. Aaron Nesmith is next up. Honestly, pretty good besides the fact that he's only 6'5" at small forward. His stats and badges look solid all the way around. This is definitely where the list takes a jump up, at least to decent cards, but again, at his size, I think it makes him too much of a liability at small forward. Chris Murray's a 6'8" small forward, kind of does everything well. Good shooter, solid defender, not special, but not bad in any specific area. Definitely a usable card at the small forward position for especially like a good salary cap option, but not a card that I think looks particularly special either. Next up is going to be Cam Whitmore, another solid but not remarkable Amethyst. Good shooting guard, 6'7". He's got good size, fast, great slasher, fine shooter, decent defender. Again, well-rounded, solid card. Don't expect anything special of him. His jumper's generally not special. His SIGs are not special either, but looks like a pretty good, well-rounded Amethyst option here in my team. Next up is Ousmane Dieng. Have not used this card's jumper. If the jumper is money, it could move him up a bit or a spot or two on this list, considering he's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. But he's a fine shooter, fine slasher, good speed, well-rounded defender. Nothing special again, but has most of the key badges you want. 34 total badges as a whole. Not a bad card either for an Amethyst. Next up is Diamond Mo Bamba, who is honestly not horrible. I mean, 7 foot with a 7'10" wingspan, 82 speed, but he's weak. He's only got a 68 strength. He's going to struggle on the perimeter with 75 agility, 74 perimeter, missing a good amount of badges as well. Only 16 total badges as a base card. Again, does not look very special to me at this point in the year. Boris Diaw is next up. As a pink diamond, his stats and badges are awesome. Problem with Boris Diaw is despite having really nice stats and badges, his jumper's bad. Nick Batum's jumper is not good. Even on the quick, I do not have high hopes for it. I think he is another one of those guys who's going to be pretty darn mediocre. Next up is another pink diamond, Darius Miles. Very similarly to Boris Diaw. Really good card, well-rounded. He's a little more athletic than Diaw, better slasher, which is why I give him the edge. But the problem with him is, same story. Brook Lopez base is one of the worst bases in my team. His jumper is going to be a big flaw again and again. That limits how good he can be as an overall card at this point in the year. Next up is going to be Jaden McDaniels, the diamond. Thing that I like about this card is he is a really good defender, and I know his jumper is really good. I know the stats and badges aren't quite as good as a couple of the pink diamonds we've already talked about, but the jumper's better. As a whole, I think he's going to be a really, really nice card. So definitely not trash. Good defensively, good size, good shooter. It's about all you need, in all honesty. Next up is Amethyst JT Thor. His jumper last year was money. I'm assuming it's money this year too. If it is, he's really solid. Dame escape isn't bad. 6'9" small forward with a 7'3" wingspan. That's great length. He's got half set shot, half posterizer. Definitely looks like a beast as a budget Amethyst. Could be a really, really solid Amethyst card for JT Thor. And then another really good budget Amethyst is Jonathan Mogbo, 6'9" power forward, 7'2" wingspan. Super fast, has a money jump shot, good athlete, nice, well-rounded defender. I know for a fact his jumper is money, and he's got De'Aaron Fox escape. He's a card who looks extremely good, so I'm excited to try him out as well and see what he can do. Those are the two best Amethysts for sure from this dropper, JT Thor and Jonathan Mogbo. Next up, we have Bruce Bowen, who is really, really nice stat and badge-wise. The jumper isn't insane, and if you wanted to move a spot or two lower because of that, you could. But he's 90 speed, 94 3 ball, 85 driving dunk, and an elite defender. Really nice 3-and-D shooting guard, 6'7" with a 6'11" wingspan. The stats and badges are awesome, and the jumper itself it's only on normal, but it's not awful. As a whole, he's a very good card as well. If you wanted to move him a spot or two lower below the Amethysts, you could make that argument, but I think as a whole, he's another really, really good card in my team for sure. Definitely another super duper solid option. After Bowen, we get into the top 10, and at number 10 is going to be Pink Diamond Brian Scalabrine. Now, I am making the assumption that this Scout card is a very good shooter. I have not used his jump shot. Again, if the jumper's not that good, it knocks him down a spot or two. But he looks, at least on paper, really nice. The speed isn't insane, but the agility is good. The shooting is elite, also has a 90 driving dunk, and he's a pretty good defender, and he's got a lot of really good badges, 39 base badges, and he's 6'9" with a 6'10" wingspan, so has really nice size at his position as well. Looks to be a very, very solid card, at least on paper. Definitely an intriguing option at the small forward position. Number 9's Hito Turkoglu. Fine, not special. Card for an opal anyway. I mean, the jumper's a little weird, I have to say. I already recorded a gameplay with him. Y'all wouldn't have seen that gameplay yet, but I did already record a gameplay with him, and he looks fine. He just doesn't look great. You know what I mean? That's my honest opinion about this card. I'm not saying he's gonna be trash. I think he's got the potential to actually be pretty good, but I don't have extremely high hopes that he's going to be like an absolute beast or anything. He's good athlete, but he's only got an 80 driving dunk. The badges are awesome. The defense is good. He's 6'10". Again, not saying he's a bad card, but I don't think he's great either. Next up is Dark Matter Ray Allen, who realistically is not anything special himself realistically. I mean, you're looking at 96 speed, 99 three ball, 95 driving dunk, great defense. The stats and badges are awesome. The problem with this card is going to be the issue that he has with his jump shot, which isn't really that great. That's the problem that I have with Ray Allen realistically. I mean, even on very quick, I don't love it. Jalen Green dribble style is good, but the rest of his SIGs aren't special at all, and he's only 6'5" at shooting guard. When you think of the best shooting guards in my team, Ray Allen doesn't feel like he's extremely high on that list, in my personal opinion. Gerald Wallace at number 8 is a really, or I guess at number 7, is a really good card. These top 7 cards are all really good, like showdown caliber, budget beasts. So definitely another really good card here for Gerald Wallace. Super fast, great defender, very athletic, and a 93 ball, and his jumper is really, really smooth. He's another really, really good card who I think is going to do a lot of things extremely well at his position. So another very interesting option in game is Mr. Gerald Wallace. So another really, really solid card there. Next up is going to be Michael Porter Jr. at number 6. Great shooter, 6'10", not the defender that Gerald Wallace is, but he's still got a lot of good defensive hops. His jumper's really nice, and again, that 6'10" frame gives him an edge. I know he's not quite as athletic as Gerald, nor is he quite as elite of a defender, but the size and additional shooting, in my opinion, puts him just slightly higher. Feel like number 6 is the right spot for him. Number 5, Alex Caruso, 6'5" point guard, 6'5" wingspan, tall enough to standing dunk at 6'5", 95 driving dunk with good dunk animations, 93 ball, but has off dead eye, limitless, and set shot. He's an elite defensive point guard. He is the best value point guard in the game right now. Absolute beast of a card. No issues at all with him at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Kalel Ware, who is a beast. Best budget big in the game, and it's not even particularly close, especially for under 50k MT. He's fast, he's got a good jump shot, he's extremely athletic, he's got a very big player ability, he's an elite defender as well. He is just a beast of a card. If y'all haven't seen the gameplay I did with this card already, you should go check it out because he was dominant. Really, really impressive card at number 4. Number 3 is 100 overall Luka Doncic. Not at all worth his price. That does not mean he is a bad card. He is just extremely overpriced. His problems are bad fade, not a lot of good SIGs. Amazing defender, great size, great slasher, great jump shot, but his fade sucks and his SIGs are super mediocre. De'Aaron Fox dribble style is a real disappointing dribble style to put on him. He got the rest of his own SIGs basically, which really aren't very good. He is extremely mediocre for his price point. Not a bad card overall, but certainly not worth close to 4 mil, which is what he's going for right now, which is insane. Next up is Galaxy Opal Ricky Davis. I have him at number 2. That might feel really high. Darius Garland dribble style, absolutely elite release, 96 speed, really great slasher, and a good defender as well. If you can get a Ricky Davis with like half on-ball menace on him, he is amazing, legitimately on the level of the top tier shooting guards in the game, guys like Ron Artest, Dr. J, Brandon Roy. He is an elite card and another amazing budget option. I mean, he's not super budget, but he's not extremely expensive either, and I think he's a really awesome card, basically, is what I will say. I'm a big fan of Ricky Davis as well. A lot of really good opals in this drop. Him, Alex Caruso, and Gerald Wallace are all awesome, and they're all very affordable as well. So I feel like they're awesome. And then number 1, best card in the drop, I don't even think it's debatable, is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 96 speed at 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan. Everything about the card besides the shooting ability is basically 100 overall. And he has Russell Westbrook dribble style, which is actually a very good one. You can burst really effectively out of it. His release on very quick is actually pretty smooth, pretty good as well. These cards are really, really good. A lot of depth to today's drop, and Kareem is the best card in the drop, and I don't even think it's all that close. A lot of really good budget cards today for sure, but then you got Kareem as that headliner for sure, who is an absolute beast. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Base.